All right, guys, welcome. We're going to have a fun time continuing to color. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie and we are going to be coloring tonight, continuing on with this fun page. If you weren't here a couple days ago when we started it, that's okay. The video is still up and I do a complete flip through of my new coloring book. And it is Positive Vibes Coloring Book for Adults. And if you are not new, you already know. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I am excited to share. You can get this as a download. So if you want to color it also, the link is down below in the more information box. So, yay. All right. So I'm just going to start coloring and having just a quiet chill time. If you guys have any questions, just put them in the chat and we'll see how it goes. So I am really looking forward to this. Let's see. I think I'm going to come down. So I'm going to take me off the screen and then we will get going. Where is it? There it is. There we go. So, all right. So chill flowers with colored pencils, you know, where can you can't really go wrong with that, can you? So zoom in, make it easier for you to see. Yeah, thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm just using some of the Arteza colored pencils. This is not all of them that I've got. This is just a handful of them that I pulled out. And I am thinking, see, on the cover, I did all of the coloring on digitally for the cover. And I'm looking at these going, you know, I kind of like that pink tone going. So there we are. Hey, Michelle. You're watching 2 videos at one time. Who else are you watching right now? I'm going to do the sort of pink and cream. And maybe, see, this is sort of it says pink macaron. And Arteza does the same thing that a lot of the companies do. They print in this metallic ink, which is a little bit hard to read. So you have to sort of twist it around. There we go. If you're new here, make sure and, you know, shout out. Let me know that you're here. If you're somebody who's been here lots, welcome back. So I am going to go and do like I did on these other flowers. It's a little trick that I like. We just take either a cream or a white. And I think I'm actually going to take the cream and lay that in to some of the areas that I want to be lighter colored. Is this coloring book more for colored pencils? Yes, this version of it. I don't have my instant download version that you could print on any paper done yet. I'm going to be doing it as an instant download on my spring store, just like my other coloring books. But for right now, it is on it's sort of a text weight paper. If you look here, you can't see the coloring that I've done through the paper, but if you, let's see here, at the beginning, I did write my name with ink, and you can kind of see it through, and you can kind of see the coloring that I did on these hands. So this is the page for doing the you know, this book belongs to, so I colored it. There's a bigger version of that one also later in the book. So I'm going to go ahead and put cream in on that one. Now I'm going to take this pink macaron and we're going to start laying some color in. I will take a darker color also, probably, but I like how when you put the color down, the white or the cream, it saves that space and it brings a lightness to your coloring. Even if you color right over it, it brings a little bit of a lightness to those petals. So yeah, if you get any of my downloadable coloring books on Teespring, you can print them on any paper. And that's what I will be doing with this one eventually. I just haven't focused on getting that done yet. I am going to be coloring all of the images in this coloring book. It's all a book of positive affirmations and positive quotes, things to lift you up or to lift others up. And one of the recommendations on the last episode was I should do these, color them all, and then make them as sets of cards. Hello, Darcy and Suzanne, Michelle. Yeah, thank you guys. If you want to share this out with your friends, please go right ahead. Be my guest. Be my guest. These are, like I said, these are the Arteza colored pencils, and I'm looking at this going, I want another kind of warmer pink color. So let's just grab all of them and see what we've got here. I need to sharpen a couple of them. I think that one and that one. There we go. Okay, so I'll get those two sharpened here. Just set these down. I'm just using that Sharp Tank pencil sharpener. It works really well. It has just a single round blade that goes around it. Sorry about the grinding of pencil going on here. But thank you guys so much for being here and chatting and, you know, sharing your evening. You know, this is a good time to wind down for the day or from the day. Well, there we go. I just want to catch it before I drop my pencils on the floor. So now what I want to do is grab that watermelon pink. That's this one. Brighter, darker pink. But it has a bit of a warmth to it that really seems to go along. See how that just blends right in? It's a pretty pink. I don't tend to do a lot of pink things, so. Hey there, Jan. No worries about being, coming in now. Hey, you came in. Thank you. So I'm just going in and getting this coloring going. It's just a chill night. I'm so excited to see that some of you guys are already starting to get your coloring books. You know, these are a print on demand. So when you order from Amazon, they are printing the book and binding it and then sending it out to you right then. And I saw that Jan already got hers. I think that's really cool. I am going to use those same colors, and I think I'm going to use them over on this one also, but I might put them in a slightly different order. And I think I might even take a brighter yellow. I forgot to do the center there. I'm just going to take the bright yellow on the center, and I'm going to use my bright yellow as that highlighting color this time, because all of these pinks are in the warm side. So using a yellow or a cream to kind of make that little highlight area in here. So Yep, the watermelon pink from Arteza. I have the watermelon pink, the pink macaron, the coral, and then the jasmine yellow, the cream, and the white is what I have in my hand right now. And I like the jasmine yellow. It has kind of a whitishness to it. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit closer. And then focus. And there. You love the book? Ah. Well, thank you, Jan. That's awesome. Oh, Angie. Hey, thank you so much. You can't stay long, but it's good to see us all here. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. That's wonderful. It's always fun to see that happen. It's not expected. It's always fun to see it. I hope that you have a really good evening doing whatever you're going to be doing. Now I'm going to go ahead and take that watermelon pink this time. And I'm going to actually put it down here in these little petals on the inside. These little guys. And then out here at the tips of these bigger petals. Now I'm not doing this little outside ring of it. I think I'm going to pull a little bit of the cream and pink together out there, but I don't know for sure yet. One of the things doing it this way, it makes it feel like the center of the petal is sort of bumped up. So, you know, instead of being a shadow going down, it makes it feel like the petals are puffed up a little bit when you put that yellow on the inside. So if you, want to share, it's always appreciated. I didn't really go out and do a lot of advertising of this particular chat time, coloring time. So I don't know how many people are going to be here, but all the best people are here. And then anybody else who comes in, they're best people too. Even if you come in during the replay, you're one of the best people. I think my community in itself is just some of the best people out there anywhere on YouTube or in the communities for the art video creators. You guys are so awesome. You love how these pencils blend. Yeah, you know, a lot of it is just having a light hand with the colors. But yeah, we're getting this really pretty kind of soft orangey tone, this sort of warm orange in here. I'm not pressing really hard. These Arteza pencils are a harder pencil, but they're not super hard. They're harder than a Prismacolor. Oh, you have a Google Play Fund and you use it towards super chats. Aw, that's awesome. I totally agree, Jan. The Deliberately Creative group is a group of some of the most kind and loving people. All right. I am not going to rush through this. I am just enjoying my time. And if you are enjoying just hanging out, thank you for being here. So let me know if the background music is too strong or not loud enough. I can't actually hear it on my side. So where I am, I'm not hearing it. I'm going to take some of that coral and put some of that down deep in the flower. Yeah, I like the super hats. It's a new kind of superpower. It's all in the super hat. This is a much more orangey color. These are fantasy flowers. They're not actually real flowers. Bye, Angie. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And thank you for that super hat. All right, I am going to now take some of the cream on that outside edge because it has a bit of a yellowy tone to it. All right, the music is just right. Oh, good. You know, it's nice to, I think that it's nice to have a little bit of a background music, so if I stop talking for a couple minutes, it's okay. You know, we are just here for the calm and fun. I'm going to put a little bit more of that cream. I really want to bump that up right there. Now I am pushing a little harder, so it is burnishing the paper. About 3 or 4 layers is pretty much all you can get on this kind of paper. Like I said, it is a thin kind of text weight paper. But it works out all right. And if we flip that over so you can see the back, see right here, this is where I was just coloring on that first flower. And right here, this is where I'm coloring on the second one. You can tell I'm not denting the paper, so I'm not pushing really hard. You get in the zone when you're coloring, having music going too. It's very nice. Ah, thank you. All right. I like that. I think I want maybe to take a little bit of that coral around the outside. Down low. Gives it a little bit of a tiny touch of a shadow. And, oh, I need to finish off the center of this one. Let's see. I think I'm actually going to go in and take some of that macaron pink. Deepen up the tone. I do try to speak fairly slowly and precisely. Part of that, some people have wondered, why do I speak the way that I do? And part of that is that I do have a speech impediment and I do lisp, especially when I'm getting tired. So it's that sibilant S. And by speaking slowly and precisely, it reduces the lisp, that lazy tongue. There we go. All right. So if I'm really feeling snazzy, I'll grab the duster brush from my old architectural drafting days. So I've got this, it's actually a natural hair, like a horsehair brush. My dad gave it to me back when I was doing architectural drafting for him when he had his business. Let's see, I think I want to go with maybe a slightly different colorway here. Let's look for maybe some of the orange tones and pinkish red, and then some white. I am going to work some of those colors in now. So I'm going to take my white right down the centers of these petals. I will probably color in the background also at some point. I don't plan on being here longer than about an hour today. All depends on how it's going for everyone. Oh, you thought that I spoke so slowly and precisely because I'm a teacher, and you assumed. And a wonderful one? Aw. Well, thank you. You know, doing things like this just makes me happy, and I don't know about, well, I think that I'm a fairly good teacher. I try to be. I try to share information that is helpful. I'm leaving that top center stripe where I put the white as kind of a highlight. You know, learning how to present information. I did work in education for a long time, but I wasn't a teacher. Well, actually, I've always been a teacher. Even when I worked in education and I wasn't hired to be a teacher, I was the computer technology support person for a building for 23 years. And that was quite an adventure. So I had 7 to 800 students, depending on what year it was, in the building, and then approximately 100 staff members that I had to help with their computers and with their software and with the hardware, with the passwords and their access to the network. Hello, Mary. Welcome. It's nice to see. Oh, Linda, you made it. Woohoo. So, for those of you just coming in, I will just sort of zoom out a little bit here. We started on Tuesday, and we started coloring on this page. If you want this page to color yourself, you can download it. It's available. The link is down below in the more information box. And there we go. You can download this, print it on any paper you want. Any paper you like to color on that your printer will let you print. And this is the cover of the actual coloring book. And it's available on my Amazon store. The link is up above at the top of the chat if you're interested. And people seem to be pretty happy with it, so I'm excited. Well, Mary, thank you so much. I'm glad that you have found us. Are you a coloring person? Are you a painter? Are you somebody who likes to draw? I did draw all of the images in my coloring book. Just focusing again since I zoomed out. And so I do all kinds of different art. I'm going to take this. Oops, I pushed a little bit hard. That happens. This is a more orangey color. This is the blood orange. I was using the rose red before, so most of this flower was done with the rose red. Now I'm taking the blood orange in and using it as kind of my shadow color underneath. It's going to make it a warm shadow or a warmer tone. See how that's going? Thank you, Jan, for sharing the printable page. I appreciate that. So yeah, I didn't, like I said, I didn't advertise this one as much. And I'm trying to figure out what time of day. I mean, for me, coloring in the evening really is something that helps me to unwind. It feels good to do it now. It gives me, something I can be creative in how I'm choosing my colors, but I don't have to be as worried about, where those colors are going. What am I drawing first to color? That's one of the reasons why I like a coloring book. You're a dreamer. Oh, dreaming time is good time. Yeah? So in the meantime, you enjoy watching and dreaming. You know what? They say that even watching coloring or watching painting is good for your personal creativity. It does help to sort of charge up your batteries. So I'm just going back and forth between these colors. This is the Tuscan Sun yellow that I just put on. Right there in the very center. I'm pushing a little bit harder, so it's probably denting the paper just a smidge. You can't see it though. Right here. Very, very, very light. You really can't see it. Take a little bit of that yellow in right next to the white highlight. Ooh, that's pretty. So these are the Arteza colored pencils. They are, like I was saying earlier, they're harder than a Prismacolor, harder than a Prismacolor. They're softer than a polychromo, type Faber-Castell polychromo. So you have some options. You can color harder, you can color lighter. I want to put a little more depth into that other one that we did. I'm going to take a touch of that rose red because it just feels a little bit washed out. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that in here. Oh, watching and learning is a really good thing. You need it in the evenings, Jan? Well, thank you. I'm glad that being here in the evenings is good for you. It is good for me. Now we just need to get the word out to our friends who like to color to come and join us. Now I'm really pushing a lot harder right now because I've got so much color on there. And I went a little bit too strong. I'm just putting more of this Tuscan Sun yellow because this one is farther over. It's kind of underneath of this other big flower. I'm going to let it be a little bit darker. I actually have the magenta. Now the magenta is a bluer red. So it's going to contrast just a smidge and give us that little bit of a shadow. Oh yeah. Yay, that worked. See how that just gave us that little touch of a shadow, cooling it down just a bit. Shadows, generally speaking, your shadows are not as warm. Shadows tend to be a little bit cooler. I'm going to go right in around that center. Oh, there we go. Right in around that center and kind of under these petals just a little bit. Oh yeah, I like that. You know, I'm not trying to make them photo real or any. These are whimsical flowers. Hey, Carla! Which one of my coloring books would be appropriate for a 9-year-old? I would say just about any of them. Really and truly, my designs this one is probably the most detailed. Well, here, we can take a moment break. I'll zoom out so we can see better. And let me grab... So I wouldn't recommend... I love this, my floral mandalas. This is actually my most detailed pictures, most detailed coloring. It all depends on your 9-year-old and how they like to color. But this coloring book tends to work best with really sharp points on your colored pencils and taking a lot of time. They're very detailed. So that's my mandala coloring book. The Cottages and Homes. This one is good for just about anybody. They're not girly. They're not masculine or feminine. They are just houses and cottages with a lot of room to be able to put your own style into it. This one is available on Teespring as a downloadable book also, so you can download those pictures. Then there is the Cozy and Creative Designs. This one, they're pretty basic. They're pretty open, easy to color, easy to put your own design into. And there's lots of, this one is mostly comfy, cozy, food, flowers, drinks. So that's the Cozy and Creative Designs. And then the cute winter ornaments. And this one is, winter and holiday type designs. And these two books, pretty much every one of the designs has a video that goes with all of the designs. So 13-year-old grandniece and one for 9-year-old too. Pretty much every one of them is good. My art style is, really accessible. Then there's, and then this one is totally, I think this would be good for either 9 to 13. Absolutely. I think this is probably good for, 8 years old and up is where I'd probably put this particular book. And the winter ornaments, the Cozy Creative Designs, and the Cottages and Homes are currently all available for download on my Teespring shop. So you can go in to, and if you go, there's a tray below the video right now. And I believe that this coloring book is showing up as the #1 slot on that. If you click that, it will open as a separate window and you can see all my coloring books. And they are very well priced. And then you can print them on any paper you want. So, how's that? Thanks, Jan. There we go. Yeah, it's fun to be able to do things like this. All right, I am going to zoom in. I want to get that little flower in the background there and these little guys. I'm trying to think if I want to maybe just take this more into those red tones. Just because. Maybe a touch of this plum purple into these slightly farther back images. Although I think I'm going to take a little bit of that plum purple right in here. So basically all I did was whittle it down and remove one book from the list for the youngest. And that's only because it's very detailed. But if you have a 9-year-old, whoops, pushed a little hard. If you have a 9-year-old that likes to color very detailed things, even the Floral Mandalas coloring book would work. They're all available on the Amazon store, and they are, those 3 are available right now on my Teespring. And I'm going to work on getting this one available also. You do have every one of them. Jan, I appreciate you having every one of the books. Honest. Oh, wow. It's really interesting today how maybe today is not always, maybe Thursday isn't the the day people want to come in and color. Or maybe I'm coming in too early. I'm not sure. I'm seeing the... Ooh, okay. Well, I just picked up the regular orange and put it down on here. And I like how it was brightening that up. See, I do that. I will wander around on a page and go, oh, hold it. Let me try this. Your coloring is only done when you say it is. So I'm going to put the orange down, though. I don't want to go to the orange on these. I'm going to go a little bit pinker purple down here. This is that plum purple, which really is more like a little bit more purpley fuchsia pink. This is down in the dark, the deep dark depths. So there we go. These books have their own special shelf in your art room. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I do have. I forgot to show you when I was doing all of them. Oh. And if you... I do have... Whoops. What Jan was talking about, the affirmations. It's a gratitude journal that I've got where... Oh, and look. I actually have a hardbound copy. The only thing is the hardbound copy is basically it's basically the paperback book put into a hardbound cover. So it's kind of nice. But there's the dot journal pages, a place to put your affirmations and then, or your daily gratitude, and then there's a coloring page. And so it goes a double-sided page, like 2 weeks, and then another, see, 2 weeks, and then another. So these are all just nice, easy little coloring pages, fun coloring pages. But having a hardbound book is kind of fun. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. It's got the matte cover. Yeah, anyway, I'm off of that. People are probably going, oh, what is this lady doing? She's not coloring. It's like, well, I'm coloring, but I'm chatting too. I think I am going to grab that watermelon. We're just going to sort of color this little guy in a little bit darker. Maybe the watermelon around the outside. I'm going to take the rose red down inside here in just a second to give it some shadows. Rose, rose, red. Or red, red, rose. And it just is another tone. It's not too strong, actually, doing it like this over the top of the purple, because it's just blending. Oh, zoom back in, yes. There we go. You love the journal so much, you put notes and doodles on the dot pages. Yeah, having that extra page to be able to do, on the back of the coloring sheets. It's just like in this book, I've got the dot pages, so you can journal or you can doodle or make notes. I'm looking at that going, I think, we'll grab the coral. Kind of keeping these little guys in the sort of warmer tones. I'm trying to think about how I'm going to do the background too. I think it's going to be a brighter blue or a darker blue. Yeah, it's kind of fun to be able to catch up with your friends after so long. All right, I like that, I like that. That inside right there, I think I'm actually going to take this Prussian blue and use it to get some of the shadows. It's blending with the red and the purple, making kind of a dark purpley color in some of those spots. In others, it's kind of going brownish because it is blending with the orangey tones also. You learn a lot about color mixing when you can do it on this small of a format. You can learn a lot about how colors mix, even just using colored pencils. Let's see here. I want that purpley tone again. Just brighten it up a little. Boom. And then I think I'm going to take that right in those deep dark center. And trying to not brush my hand across it. You know, when you brush your hand over things, sometimes the oils from your hands will transfer. Now, that's not such a deal with colored pencils since, well, it's a wax base type medium. But if you get it on your hand and you brush it across, you can actually, you know, smear color across your page. Might not be what you want. Going down here, down into these, and I think we're going to go more orangey yellow and get out of the red. See that I've kind of started doing that here, where I took it in more of the orange, but I am going to put some white out on some of these petals also, where they're poking out and catching some of that light. I'm going to go ahead and just plop some of this white down in here really quick, sort of prep them so I can just start taking color in. A little bit of white right there. You have to kind of remember where you put the white though. You know, if you're just zapping it around. So now I've put white around here, kind of zapped around, and I'm then going to put that to the side. Yeah, if there's folks, if you're new here, wave, say hi. Love to meet you. Thank you so much for coming in and watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. You know, if you haven't seen my channel before, I do a lot of different things. I don't just color. I do paint, I draw, I color, I doodle, and it's always a place of positivity and, you know, pretty much it's always a place of positivity and joy. I'm going to grab this sunflower yellow, put some of that right here in the center, and then around the outsides of these little petals. And I just pushed too hard. So you'll know that you're getting a little bit, you want to get it done if you start pushing too hard when you are putting the color down. I'm putting a little bit of yellow right next to over the white and next to the orange. See how it's making that almost flame-like glow? And it really feels like those petals are rolling away from us. I'm going to put a little bit of that right in here. I think I am going to grab... Ooh, garnet red. Put a little bit of garnet. Garnet is a very... I'm pushing too hard again. Is a very brownish red. So I'm actually putting that deep, and then I'm taking sort of this brown tone. It's the rust orange, actually. And working... Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. That worked out really well. Excellent, Carla. That is so cool to hear. That I love taking time to show my books. I mean, that is definitely something that I can always show. I mean, I'm an artist and I like to share my artwork with folks, so it's kind of fun to show off, right? Is it really showing off though if you're being asked to share? Now I'm using that rust orange and I'm coloring in the shadow bits underneath of these petals. I'm thinking this is kind of like a mum down here, like those autumn flowering mums. And I will put some brighter orange on it. Put some of that right around the very center. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that you found someone who can order them for you online. Oh, that's not orange, that's yellow. I think I want the pumpkin orange, actually. Now, remember, I did put some white in here too, so I can leave a little bit of the white spaces. I can take that orange right over the top of the pumpkin orange, right over the top of the rust orange. I like these colors. I like being able to blend them right on the paper. I also like to do watercolor and play with watercolor pens. I've got over 600 videos on my channel, so there's probably something for you if you are just coming in and you're interested in lots of different types of creativity. Hey, Mary Myers! Debbie! Yay, you made it in before we stopped today. Yay! That is excellent. You know? I saw that you had come, Debbie, I saw that you had come in on Tuesday right as we ended. So I'm so glad that you made it back today. So is this an okay time for you? We were just talking a little bit ago about how I like going, in the evenings. And remember, I am in the Pacific time zone, so my evening actually starts a lot later if you were on the East Coast. If you're on the East Coast, you're heading into, 9 o'clock right now. If you're on the West Coast, we're just heading towards 6. I'm going to put that dark color right in there. See how that just feels like those autumn flowering mums. Oh, that's pretty. And I'll use that little brush. Right now's a good time. Oh, good. You just had your watercolor pens out? Yay! I need to work on lettering. I don't do lettering enough. I think I'm going to take this and go more towards those 3 colors and the garnet. I'm not going to put the rust on this one down here. This is going to be a little bit brighter. So I'm just going to go right in with this bright color. And remember, I did put white down first on these petals. I had put white on all of those. So first I'm just going to go like this and give myself kind of a basic coloring. You don't have to color, you know, super meticulously. When you're first putting your first layer down, just get some color down. Don't press hard while you're doing it. I love seeing you guys here, seeing you chat. It just makes my heart so happy. All right, so now I've got my basis of my yellow. I'm going to take the actual orange tone. There's these little kind of shadowy bits maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know what I was doing. I was just doodling, just having a good time doodling these flowers. Take a little bit of orange around there and right down into that center. And now I'm going to pull just a little orange into those back petals. You can make these coloring pages as detailed looking or as simple as you want. That's one of the cool things about having open spaces to put the color in. You get to decide, you know, are these rainbow colored flowers? Are they all one type of flower color wise? Now I'm going to take that garnet because it works really well as a shadow color. It just blends in with those oranges. I think I would like to do lettering too. Yeah, so I was just looking, and over on Skillshare, there's so many people that do lettering. So I was thinking, well, I need to just settle down for a day and go into my Skillshare and just do some classes on lettering. Those are pretty. I think we need some green leaves. I think we need to start getting some leaves in. And I am going to use this fluorescent yellow, maybe? Let's see. I haven't tested the fluorescent yellow. Ooh, whoops, I'm out of frame. There we go. Look at that. That fluorescent yellow. I think that'll work as my highlight color. Oh yeah, printing out your lettering and then tracing. That's what I did here. I printed it and then I just put graphite on the back of the piece of paper, laid it down, and then traced it. And I drew it in with pen, and then I just used a very rough watercolor to fill in. And here, I let it bleed out. So this is, I've got a Tangy video on this, and tomorrow morning, this postcard lesson on how to draw a light bulb and paint it is going up on YouTube. So it's a really step-by-step class, or step-by-step video on how to draw and paint a fun old-fashioned light bulb for Father's Day or any time. And it's, oh, and it says, "I love you a lot." I think that it's just so sweet, you know. Have the kids do cards for dads, or any of the people in your life that you want to just share a little bit of love with. I'm just taking this, and I'm not worried about what shape these leaves are. I'm just giving whatever I think is going to be the highlight area. This is my bright color, and I'm going to use different greens on these leaves, but I'm giving them a base coat, that underlying base coat of this bright green. Yeah, I know we still can't get the eco pens, and that's one of the reasons why I stopped um, sharing artwork being done with the eco pens. I still have some, I still use them, but I'm not drawing with them so much. I've been using the Uniball Signo RT1 pens. They have a nice fine tip. They're a .28 tip, and they don't look like they're going to be disappearing from the shelves anytime soon. Now I say that, and then, you know, something's going to happen. But right now, those are available, and they are waterproof. Let's see, do I even have one? I don't know. No, I don't have one. I don't have one sitting here at my desk. Next time we meet up, I'll show you that pen. You're gonna definitely watch for that card. Taylor could make that for for her and Lydia to give to her father. Aw, that's excellent. Yeah, it's a good one for kids. It's a nice, pretty straightforward. You know, basically, I describe it like a balloon that just has a couple puffs of air in it. I'm just going through and looking to see what colors I've got here in my greens. Actually, all of those. Oh, there's the dark green. So here's a handful of greens. So I have a forest green, an apple green, a mint green, a parakeet green, and an absinthe green, and then the fluorescent yellow. I mean, look at those. Aren't those pretty colors together? Yes, the Uniball Signo pens are waterproof. And they are in the doodling page of my store. So, of my Amazon store. And if you buy anything from the Amazon shop, guys, it is an affiliate store. So I do earn a small commission if you buy anything from that shop. So, parakeet green. I'm going to go in and start greening up these leaves. And now I am working in kind of little, kind of tight loops. I'm not doing hard, scratchy press down. Let's see if we can, I don't know if I can go any closer. Oh, yes I can. Parakeet green, does it sing to you? Oh, you know what? It doesn't actually sing, but it certainly sings on the page. I mean, look at that. Isn't it pretty? See how I'm leaving like little spots of that fluorescent yellow? And then in these areas where I didn't put any, the green is a little darker. And then it's brighter where the yellow was. You can color this however you want and in whatever way makes you happy. But I do have music playing in the background, so I guess it does sing a little, right? There we go. So yeah, we are here for the positivity. I love that you guys are here with me. There we go. And, you know, hoping that YouTube helps the people who want to find this find it. Because really and truly, all I can do is push the button and go live or drop the video to share. I can't do, you know, I can't go out there and make YouTube show my video to people. But every time you guys hit the like button, YouTube goes, oh, well, people who like things like you like them might like this. Okay. Isn't that pretty? You just ordered a nice lap desk? Oh. I love the lap desk that we got. We've got a wooden one that we use in the van. It's really nice because the legs are adjustable. If anybody's interested, I will put that into my Amazon shop if anybody's interested. It's a nice wooden desk with a little drawer. The drawer is pretty much useless, but the desk itself, the tabletop, is so nice. And it's bamboo, so it's made with a renewable type wood that renews, or not wood. Bamboo isn't wood. Bamboo is grass. So it's neat because it grows so quickly and the stems are so woody. Ah, hey, Lorianne. Welcome. So glad you're here. Glad I was on long enough for you to be able to find us. You know, it's one of those, I never know if people are going to want to have a long video or a short video, or I'm going to take this absinthe green down here. Make these little guys a brighter green because they're a different kind of leaf. Now these are all made up leaves. I wasn't looking at any flowers when I did these. These are all doodles. I wasn't trying to mimic nature on this one. This particular video, or particular coloring book, is all about the fun and being positive. Yep. Yeah. Oh, you got, I think it's probably very similar to the one that I got then. That you got has the adjustable legs on the little table. Yeah. It's nice to have those. And it's really fun in the van to have, because I can sit on the bed. Actually, we use it on the bed many times, like if we're sitting and we're going to watch a movie or something, we'll use it as a little coffee table right up on the bed. Oh, that's pretty. See, and I don't really have a plan on the coloring. I'm just sort of, whoopsie, sorry, went way down below. Forgot I was zoomed in so far. So right here, I don't really have that much of a plan. I'm just playing and going, well, this is a slightly darker color. Let's put it here so it feels like it's falling down. All right. But I'm learning things every time I do something different on my channel. I'm learning something different, or learning something new. Like, I should probably advertise my lives a little bit better. But you know what? I am so happy you're here. I'm going to take some of the, well, maybe I'll just take the fluorescent yellow again. And take it on, ooh, there, yep. Use that kind of like a blending pencil now over the top, since there's so much color on here. Look at that. That glow that it gives. Yeah, sustainable plant-based type material that they're being made with now. I love that too. For the lap desks. All right. Okay, I need to get these leaves, and then I think we are going to probably finish on that for today. So it's going to be a minute. We're not leaving yet. Oops. Gonna be here for a minute still, but just to let you know what I'm doing, I'm gonna quickly lay in some green on here. I will take another green to make it even darker. I'm sort of doing the, you know, put the highlight down, put the mid-tone down, put the shadows on. How far or close am I to Mount Shasta? I can get to Mount Shasta in a day from my house. But Mount Shasta is in California, and I am in Washington State. But I have done the drive in one day. It's about a 6-hour drive from where I am to Mount Shasta. So not too bad. Not too bad. It's actually on our list of places that we want to get back to. I want to go down to Yosemite. In that vicinity. I've never actually been in Yosemite National Park. I've driven past. We always make do. Absolutely, we always make do. You know what? You work on building your studio wherever you have room to build the studio. And that, I think, is the sign of, oh shoot, I wanted to do that flower too, because I wanted it like this bottom part over here to be done today. Just working on it, not worrying about it though. We'll come back in. Do you guys like, are you interested in having me continue to color this on the channel? I mean, I could just in one night probably sit there and color the whole thing in, but I think that it would be a little bit long of a video to put on the channel if I was just to color straight through. I'm just filling in some of that space with the green. Not worried about if there's really a leaf there or not. Just thinking, you know what? I think there's some green there. You want to visit Yosemite? Yeah. Or Mount Shasta. Or yeah. I mean, I love traveling, and that's one of the reasons why as soon as it feels more comfortable to go, I want to get back out in the van more. Mark is going to be working days during the summertime, so we'll be able to take off in the afternoon on a Friday and be out Friday, Saturday. If he takes a Monday off, then we could be out Friday, Saturday, you know, Sunday, come home Monday type of thing. I like that idea. See how I'm pressing a little harder and making a shadow underneath right there. But I'm leaving some of that highlight. And I'm going to just put dark right down inside. I'm going to put some dark right down in here. This is the forest green. It's the darkest of the green that I've got out. There we are. All right. That is looking really pretty. Yeah, you can end up with really hard shadows or really soft shadows. It's all in the way you put the color down. It's very relaxing to watch in color. Yeah, it is relaxing to watch. It's relaxing to watch. It's relaxing to color. So if you're coloring, what are you coloring if you're coloring along? Are you coloring the same picture with me, or are you coloring something in one of your own coloring books? More than happy. You don't have to be coloring what I'm coloring if you don't want to, you know. There we go. And I need a little bit of darker right up underneath. The slightly darker green, what it does is it will pop those flowers out just a little bit. You know, if you think about where's the shadows hitting. A little bit of shadow there, a little bit of shadow there, some shadow over here. Oh, right now you're diamond painting. You know, I've never tried diamond painting. I just had a company contact me to see if I wanted to try one of the diamond paintings that they sell. I've never done it. So I was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know, you know, if my audience, I didn't know if my audience would be interested in diamond painting. Obviously, Lorianne, you are. What do you like about it? What do you like about diamond painting? And are you doing, you know, the really super huge ones? Are you doing some that are smaller? Okay, so now I want to take that bright green again. See if I can soften that edge of it just a little bit and bring my highlight up just a bit. Brighten it up just a little. By having had that lighter bit down there, see how I'm still keeping a light highlight without, you know, it's kind of like doing your watercolor where you make sure that you maintain your light. I was working really hard at maintaining that light right there. It's fun to be here with all of you guys, as you know, and seeing all my friends and enjoying the opportunity to visit. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit. There we go. Because I'm finding trying to stay in line here, I was losing where I was. I think I'm going to go purple and blue here, or maybe kind of the eggplant and the orchid, and then maybe kind of like the colors that I used up here. Whoa, that does not feel focused. There we go. Sometimes. You're doing a medium sailboat in the moonlight. Diamond painting is good for when your brain hurts and you just can't think. Yeah, I could see where that would be very relaxing that way. I think I want this lemon yellow. I'm going to go ahead and put the lemon yellow in on these little balls. I am going to be doing purple and the orchid, the dreamy blue, which is kind of a pearl blue. It's very pretty. It blends so nicely with that orchid. Yeah, orchid purple. And then I think maybe the reason why I'm going in and doing these little bits here first is because it helps to preserve the colors. Even if I'm putting coloring over the top of it, I'll be able to get back to these lovely yellows and oranges. I think they'll stand out nicely with the purple colors. Now this is an experiment. I don't know for sure how this is going to go. I've not colored it this way before. Every time you color something that you've never colored before, it's an experiment. And you just have to go with it, however it turns out. See, I like that. Looks like little gems. So I'm just reading the chat here. Oh, it's so fun to see you guys chatting. All right, so now I am going to take my white and get some white and bring it kind of out on the tips, sort of right in that area by the orange balls. Method in this madness is that by putting the white kind of around those, it's going to help protect them a little bit from the purple and the blue. It's also going to give us that lovely sort of cupped highlight, or domed highlight. You've never heard of diamond painting? Diamond painting is basically a picture is printed onto a layer, and then an adhesive is put down over the top of it, and there's a tiny grid over the top of the picture. And then with that adhesive, it's kind of like a double sticky tape basically, that's layered over the top of it, and then you use a little tool to pick up colored crystals, and it's got like wax on the end of it, and you can pick up from like little cups or bins these little flat crystals, and you pick it up and you put it in that square, and then you pick it up and you put it in that square, and you just, it's sort of like cross stitch, except that you're using crystals to fill the squares instead of using threads. How's that for a description of it, Lorianne? Hey, Carmen. Nice to see you here tonight. I'm going to put a little bit of white, just boom, bitty, boom, right down around the middle here. So fun to see everybody coming in. Now, I'm going to take some of this eggplant purple and put it out here on the tips lightly. See how sharp this point is? There, you can see how sharp that point is. I'm going to try not to break the point. I'm going to come down here, right around that yellow, those yellow balls, and I'm going to color in some of that area. Oh, good. Having never done the diamond painting, I'm glad that I have the description of it figured out. So you thought it was kind of silly when you first heard about it, but after you tried it, it was like, oh wow, this is so fun. That is really good to hear, Glorianne. I want to make sure that whatever company I am finding the diamond paintings from, or, you know, if I've been contacted several times actually over the last couple of years to do a diamond painting video. But the thing is that they do take the diamond painting does take a long time. It's not a super fast type of project. And so making a video doing it, I didn't think that people would want to watch the entire thing being done by me. There's other people doing that. So I was just trying to figure out how I would do it. And also, I want to make sure that whoever they're getting their art from, the artists are being credited for the artwork and are getting paid for their artwork. I've heard some stories about different companies that have been doing diamond paintings, and they were not ethically sourcing their artwork. So I want to make sure that whoever I work with is ethically sourcing their artwork and giving credit to the artists that made the art and that they're paying them. You know, and I know that the companies that are actually being ethical are probably more expensive than the companies that are just not being as ethical. You thought, why would I want to stick plastic dots onto a canvas? They are beautiful when they're done. Oh, so you'll have to let me know, Lorianne, what, where you know, if you like the company that you're getting your diamond paintings from. I'll see if they're any of the ones that have been contacting me. Isn't, yeah. Oh yeah, that is pretty. By putting the white in, so now I'm coming up to that white area, and the white in this set is not as soft as the Prismacolors, but it's still enough to make an impact. Yeah, the ones that are ethical are more expensive. Yep. Hey, Joan. Welcome. So, oh, loomed rugs. Making loomed rugs, yeah, that's a fun one to do. I used to do a lot of counted cross stitch. I still do some embroidery. I've got a ton of embroidery floss. If anybody wants to have an embroidery day, let me know. I would love to do some embroidery on the channel. I just, you know, I never know what people are going to want to see, and I know I can do whatever I want, and people will watch or people won't watch, but I will still have fun. Yeah, if you're guys, if you've just popped in, make sure and click the like button. And if you're new here and you like what you've been hearing and you want to see more, you know, click the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. If you are watching on a television, you can actually subscribe to channels even if you're on a TV. When you take your remote control and you like do the up button on your remote control for the it's basically like if you were scanning across in YouTube, you know, on the YouTube channel, whatever that controller is that you're using, you do the up, and then you can click on the 3 dots and it will let you click like, and it will let you subscribe. Thank you, Lorianne. Thank you for putting the ones that you like in the chat or in the comments. I appreciate that. And you love embroidery? Yeah. Let's see. I've got two of my pieces of embroidery. So that's one that I did. And I just drew it on here, and basic, chain stitch and kind of a back stitch. And then just the little flowers. And then this one. And it's, just finished. That was 2015. Just finished on the back with a piece of felt. The same with that one. Just finished on the back with a piece of felt that's stitched down. Works out really well. So that's what I do for my embroidery. Just little things, but it's fun. All right. I am looking at that going, I want to take a touch of this blue right down here because I like how it mixes with that orchid. And there's some white and some orchid, and this is that sort of very center. I want to say this is reminding me of kind of like a passion flower. I mean, not really, but kind of. It's kind of reminding me of a passion flower here. You like to see, I used to do crewel embroidery also. Long time ago, back in the 70s. Many a yarn daisy was stitched by me. Now, I was that kid that there was no problem knowing what to get me for holidays and birthdays and any gift-giving opportunity. It was art kits or art supplies. I remember the year my parents got us, all of us girls, these industrial size packs of tablets and sketchbooks, super thick sketchbooks. I think my dad had a friend who, I don't know, maybe he found them, maybe they had fallen off a truck somewhere, I don't know, but it was really, that was an amazing Christmas. I mean, it was paper and scissors, glue, crayons, colored pencils, and we were busy for the next couple months at least, drawing in our little books, making paper dolls. I'm just going to zoom out here because I want to see what this is looking like all together. Look at that, guys. So, should we go ahead and do this one last one right here? I know I've gone a little longer than an hour, but oh wow, it's an hour and a half. Should I stop? You guys tell me. What do you want? Do you want to see this go on for a little bit longer? Or should I go ahead and sign out? Let me know. What do you think? I could go with these purples here, or maybe change it up just a little bit and grab the plum, the orchid, the white, and maybe a different purple, the violet. Go on, please. Okay. Ow, that really hurt how you twisted my arm. I'm going to give the center a nice bright yellow since I'm going to be going into those purples again. Just give that a quick color in. I'm going to leave that white, put some white in. I forgot to do that first, so. See, my dad was the person that, you know, as kids, we all wanted to get him a gift, you know, but he was so thankful for anything we would give him. And so there was one year when I gave him some rainbow shoelaces. And he took the black shoelaces out of his dress shoes and put the rainbow shoelaces on his dress shoes. And he wore his dress shoes with rainbow shoelaces. I think that is, you know, the sign of a dad who appreciates whatever he is given and shares that love of creativity. So then another one of my sisters got him some, because, you know, Mork and Mindy was a really big thing when I was a kid. And so when Robin Williams had these rainbow braces, rainbow suspenders, one of my sisters got my dad rainbow suspenders. And because my dad wore suspenders, so he would wear his rainbow suspenders when he was working in the yard with his blue jeans that were always, they would always be falling down. Why is that feeling like it's not focused? Oh, there it goes. Come on. There. Oh, yeah. Oh, Old Spice. Yes, Old Spice was another. There were several children in our family, so we had to sort of spread it out. But if you didn't know what to get my dad, you went and bought a 25-cent C-clamp from the hardware store, and he was happy. Because he was like, you can never have enough C-clamps. So I'm going to put some of this white in. Very loosely. Very, very loosely. Now, if you wanted to, you could go in with a pen and, you know, darken up some of the lines after you were done drawing. If you didn't want that to be as faded out, you could go in with a pen. I would just always, no matter what, just always slip another piece of paper if you're going to draw with any kind of a pen on this paper. Because like I said, it is thin. They say it's 50 or 55 pound paper, but I say it's, well, it's ever so slightly thicker than the paper from my printer, but not much. My printer paper's 20 pound. So yeah, I love the memories, building memories. I'm going to take this pink, and I'm not putting it completely down inside. I'm going to take a darker color all the way down in, but I am letting it come out a little bit. I'm trying to get it to feel kind of like it's pushed in just a bit. So let's see how we do. Taking that color kind of around it. There we go. And then take a little bit darker. I'm going to take that violet right down deep, and then start working it out and up. How's that? Ooh, that's pretty. See, I answer my own questions. So there. Yeah, having good memories of it when you're a kid, those things that, little things brought you joy. And the way your parents reacted to your gifts, I think, actually helped us to understand that it's not really how much something costs. It's the joy. It's the joy in knowing somebody cared enough to do something. So I like to be that person that can bring the joy, just do something for someone else. But sometimes that someone else can be yourself. You know, sometimes we need to do that joyful little thing for ourselves. You know, if it's make a cup of coffee and sit on the front porch or on your back deck or on the stoop and watch the kids going up and down the street on their bicycles, or watch the birds flying around the flowers, or just having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with your grandkid or with a neighbor, or making a plate of cookies and sharing them with people. I'm so excited to get back to the point where it feels like, you know, it's okay to be more neighborly again. I mean, I've gotten to know more of my neighbors through this time of weirdness than I had in the last few years, which is really weird when you're not getting together with people. You're getting to know people, but we all go out and walk at different times. And one of my neighbors is oh my gosh, she is a gardener. And so everybody's stopping by her yard. And so you kind of run across people. We'd all be out there in our masks, standing far apart, chatting with each other. You've got to go? Oh my goodness, 5:15 in the morning. Oh, infusion day. Got it. Well, Jan, thank you so much. Hey, Uncle Dan. So happy you're here. And, you know, Jan, get some good sleep. Make sure that you are, you know, you're hydrated. All those things. Take care of yourself. I'm not going to be here much longer, guys. I think we're going to work on this flower and get it done. And then we're going to say it's enough, because I've been here for a long time tonight. I'm going to take the plum purple and sort of work it into the petals and kind of over that white area. Just building in some variations of color on these petals. And you see, you can layer these colors. Anybody that's just come in, I'm just using the Arteza Expert standard or expert colored pencils. They are harder than a Prismacolor. They're softer than a Polychromo. They're, you know, watch the sales. You can get them from Arteza. You can buy them on Amazon. They just changed their affiliate program, so I don't have any affiliate links right now because I haven't quite got it all set up. But I do have them listed in my Amazon shop, so if you don't have colored pencils and you're looking for some, these are pretty decent. They don't have an independent color fastness rating on them, though. So, you know, just be aware. If you're making posters, oh yeah, and you can take these pages. See, I made a nice wide margin here. You can use a craft knife and you can cut these pages out and have them as posters that you can hang on the wall. So take care, Jan. All right, I'm just, because I just noticed that I've got a lot of colored pencil crumbs. All right, I'm going to take this, let's see. Yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this blue, and I'm going to go around. I'm going to leave a space. I'm going to say that these have a shiny outer rim on them. Just like doodling, you can color in any way that makes you happy. You don't have to do it the same way I do. If you do color this coloring sheet, please tag me. If you share it on social media, tag @deliberatelycreative. If you do it on Instagram, I will probably share it to my story for the day. So tag me if you want it shared, or just say don't put it on a story if you don't want me to. I'm going to go in and just color those little spots between the petals. There. And grab the white. I love that we get to reminisce and we get to create memories together. I am sort of softening that. See how I'm just going over it with the white, and it's kind of dragging the color back and forth a little bit so it's not as stark white. This Prussian blue is very much like a blue jean. Blue jeans blue. All right. Oh my goodness gracious. This went a lot later than I was expecting to today, guys. I hope that you don't mind. I know that you don't mind. You told me you didn't mind. I'm just putting a little bit more white right over. And yeah, my pencil has a little bit of that Prussian blue on it. It's okay. It's just giving me some little texture in my petals. I think I might grab, this is the orangey orange. I'm going to put a little bit of that glow down here. See, I'm getting the color to lay on. If you don't press too hard, you can actually get your color to layer up nicely. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, definitely. So this is the Prussian, that blue right there really reminds me of blue jeans, and when I take the white over it, it's like faded stonewash jean. Prussian blue. So, all right, let's zoom out. And then, boom, 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 boom. All right. I'm going to slide that over. There we go. So, that's how far we got today. We got a lot farther, but because I was talking so much while I was coloring, it, kind of took a lot of time. Do you guys think that one more day? Do you have enough patience for me to do this one more day? I really am. One more day to do the flowers, and then I'll probably just color the background in off camera. Or I might do a little bit of the background on camera, but not too much. I really am glad that you're here. Thank you so much. Make sure that you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Share the channel with your friends that might want to have a calm and chill coloring session. And I am looking forward. I will probably try and I'm trying to think if I'm going to schedule a coloring session. Probably won't be until Monday or Tuesday next week. I will schedule it in advance So have your notifications turned on. You'll see you'll see when I schedule it. Thank you so much. Make sure that you check out my coloring book on Amazon. The link is at the top of the video chat and down below in the more information. There's 40 pictures in here and even some samples from my other coloring books. 40 posters. Ha! Pretty cool. Remember, go out, do something creative, take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. I want to see you back here again really soon. And don't forget the Father's Day, the light bulb that's going up tomorrow. It's a bright idea. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.